Today on the Crossbow Nation Gear Review, we're going to be taking a look at the Zubin ZX-340 crossbow. Now this might look like an ordinary crossbow to you, but it's anything but. The Zubin crossbow has a very unique feature that you won't find from any other crossbow manufacturer, and that's the enclosed barrel. And because of the enclosed barrel, the Zubin crossbow allows you to do something that no other crossbow on the market can do, and that is, it can shoot a Sabo filled with shot. So not only will the Zubin shoot a normal crossbow arrow when you're hunting for big game, but you can also shoot shot like a shotgun would if you'd like to use your crossbow to hunt small game as well. So let's head out to the field and take a closer look at the Zubin ZX-340 crossbow. The Zubin ZX-340 crossbow is an all-black crossbow. It has a 190-pound draw weight and it shoots arrows at 340 feet per second. It's easy to cock and has an auto-engaging safety. Our Zubin crossbow came in a package including a true glow scope, a rope cocker, a 3-arrow quiver, Black Eagle executioner arrows, and of course the Sabos filled with shot. Hey guys, Jeff here, and today we're going to review the Zubin crossbow. And the Zubin crossbow is a crossbow like no other that we have manufactured today. Mainly in part because it has a totally sealed barrel that encompasses the arrow 360 degrees. You can see I do have an arrow loaded in here. You can see the vein sticking out slightly. That's a good indicator to let us know that the bow is loaded. Also, the tip of the arrow sticks out in front of the barrel, so of course you can hunt with it and screw on a broadhead. But the main reason to have the enclosed barrel is because the Zubin could shoot a Sabo that holds birdshot, and you could use your crossbow now for small game. No other crossbow in the industry does that, and today we're going to put it through its paces. We're going to sight it in first with a regular arrow. The Zubin shoots a 22-inch arrow. We're going to get sighted in here first with an arrow. Then we're going to shoot some Sabos at a target and see how it does. After I assembled this crossbow, I started out at 20 yards to sight the crossbow in. It didn't take long, and I was consistently hitting a 1-inch dot. The Zubin seemed to be very accurate. However, I didn't spend a whole lot of time shooting arrows because I wanted to get to shooting what truly sets the Zubin crossbow apart from its competition, and that's the Sabos. Alright guys, we got the Zubin sighted in and shooting arrows great, as you just saw. Now we're going to get to the fun part and try shooting the Sabo. This little orange piece of plastic is what they call the Sabo. Right now it's held together by an O-ring, but that's only until you load it. With the Zubin's enclosed barrel, it'll hold the two pieces together, and you can see inside there's a bunch of birdshot in there, and this is going to be fun. No other crossbow obviously can do this on the market, and we're going to shoot it down there. I got a Vegas target on my bag target. I moved my GoPro a little bit further away because I don't want to shoot it with one of the bird shots, but we'll shoot this a few rounds. We'll go down there and check it out. See what kind of pattern it has, and we're at 20 yards, so let's see how this thing shoots. I'm interested in seeing if you have to make a scope adjustment when you're shooting between the Sabos or the arrows, or if it's going to be close enough where we don't even have to worry about it. So let's load one up, give it a shot, and see how it works. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and load and shoot the Sabo from Zubin crossbows out of the bow. And as I mentioned earlier before, all this O-ring does is hold the two pieces of the Sabo together while you're transporting them. Once you get ready to load the crossbow with the Sabo, the O-ring's no longer needed. So you want to make sure you hold it together. You can see on one side it's shaped like a moon knock. Obviously we want that to be on the string side. So we'll insert it into the bow. And just like you would a muzzle loader with a ramrod, you use your arrow to push the Sabo all the way back until it seats, and we're ready to go. So, alright, so here we are with our first shot, and you can see one hit dead center, so we'd be in good shape. We got one still in the 10 ring, and or the 9 ring rather, on a Vegas round, and 1 just in the 8 ring. Actually 3, 4 in the 8 ring. So got 5 shots in an area that big. That's not too bad, especially at 20 yards. You know, if you're squirrel hunting or small game hunting, the rest get a little bit further, but all in all, that's pretty impressive. I'm going to put it on a clean target. We're going to shoot another one at 20 yards and see how it does. Okay, this is shot number 2 with the Zubin using the Sabo at 20 yards. Got my GoPro turned on down there. We'll go ahead and take it off safety here and see just how it does at 20 yards. All right, that one looks a lot better. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, so here we are at 20 yards again. This was our second shot, and man, this one's actually a really good pattern. So in the 10 ring, we got 1, 2, looks like maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll give that one's cutting the line 10 in the 9 ring. So that's a really good pattern at 20 yards, and that would very easily kill a rabbit or a squirrel or whatever small game you were hunting. So that's pretty impressive. What's even more impressive is I did not move my sight. I didn't make any sight adjustments from sighting in at 20 yards with the arrow. So that's pretty impressive. Again, Zubin is the only crossbow you're going to find where you can shoot arrows and you can shoot shot. So I think we'll go back another 5 yards to 25 yards and we'll shoot it, see how it opens up, and then maybe I'll bring it into 15 yards and see. But that's where I'm guessing the small game sabos are going to be, somewhere in between that 15 to 25 yard range, and 20's looking really good. So all right, let's move the target back and see how she does. All right, so we got our target at 25 yards now, and we're going to shoot the Sabo with the shot. I really don't know if I should gap shoot between my 20 and 30 yard crosshair like I would with an arrow, or just hold my 20 dead on. So I think I'm going to hold my 20 dead on, and we'll see what happens. We'll go down there and see if I should have gap shot, or if the shot carries a little better and you still just hold dead on like you would a shotgun at that range. So let's give it a shot and see what happens. All right, well, it looks like I should have held a little higher because I could see the pattern's low, but let's go check it out anyways. All right, as you can see, the pattern's more in here, so it's a little bit low, so I probably should have gap shot it, which now I know. And it's a little bit to the left, and as you can see, I got a pretty stiff crosswind blowing to the left. I don't know if that was me or the wind or what, but pattern's just a little bit to the left, but the bulk of the BBs are right here, so not too far away. So again, with a little bit of practice behind the Zubin, knowing where to aim, I think 25 yards would be no problem with a kill shot on small game at 25 yards. So that's pretty impressive. I'm going to move it up to 15. We'll shoot it one more time, and we'll wrap things up today with the Zubin Crossbow. All right, so this is the last shot, shooting the Sabo at 15 yards, and I decided I'll just zoom in and show you what it looks like. Well, as you can see here, it's got a really good pattern. Looks like maybe even the Sabo may have hit and tore a piece of the target, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 BBs in the 10 ring, 8, 9, 10, 11 if you count the 9 ring. There's actually only 2, maybe 3 out of the yellow. So 15 yards all day long, 20 yards really comfortable with a little bit of practice, 25 yards in the Zubin shooting the Sabo, and this is a small game crossbow, I'll give it that much. Well, as you can see, there's no other crossbow on the market that can do what the Zubin ZX-340 can do. If you're looking to spend more time with your crossbow, more than just using it to hunt for big game, then check out the Zubin Crossbow. It'll provide you with opportunities to hunt using a crossbow for small game, and you could even have more fun with this bow all summer long, shooting moving targets or even clay pigeons. So, if you'd like to learn more about the Zubin Crossbow, please check out their website. I'll post a link to it after this review. And if you enjoyed watching this review and you'd like to watch others just like it, please visit the Crossbow Nation website, or you can now view us on our Roku channel as well as our new iOS and Android apps. As always, thank you for watching.